What's going on, everybody? We are back on our new time, same location on the Thursday evening. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys being flexible, joining us over here on the different day. Thank you guys very much. We have a lot to talk about, lots to get into. First, we need to see how everybody's doing. I think I know how Blue's doing. He's hanging in there over there. We about lost him, boys. We about lost Blue. How's it? How's everybody getting along? Wait, let me do this right. I'm sorry. This is a professional program. I'm one of your co-hosts, Crash, joined by my other two co-hosts, BlueTheRobot and Buffnerd Gaming. How we doing, guys?
Hello.
I gotta be official. Gotta be
There
official.
we go.
Gotta be official. I didn't know
I
so
get
many
it.
things were going on. So this I'm not used to the new Thursday thing yet, because I always had like Sunday evenings when we're kind of chilling around the house. I would cruise the internet looking for topics and things to talk about on the program. But when it happens on a Thursday, it kind of catches me off guard. And I didn't even realize like today was like the future game show where they talked about a whole bunch of stuff, dropped some new games and things like that. So we'll kind of in a roundabout way go over that. I pulled up a list of the games where we can look through them and check them out. The main one was Pioneer, that game that everybody's been talking about for a long time. Friday did a video on it. He actually got to play it. I guess there's a demo where you can check it out and play it for a little bit. So I want to talk about Pioneer a little bit. Project Black Budget. There's been some images that have leaked online of the playtest for Black Budget. That is PUBG's extraction shooter that I think people
really?
are potentially going to get excited about. I have I've been watching those for a few days and they haven't been taken down or anything, and they're just screenshots. So I kind of want to show them on screen. And we can talk about them. Battlefield Labs is doing another test, so we get everybody's take on the temperature of the Battlefield community. Dead Side as well has some crazy things with a new map, and the game is just flourishing on console. We'll talk about that. And then we got some quick shots. Not to spoil anything, but Blue is amped for the quick shots. One of his favorite franchises of all time.
Yeah, he was telling us before we went live too.
Yeah. He's like
So excited.
He's like, guys, can we make it like a main topic? Maybe just do the whole show about it.
Of course, you
So
guys.
we'll see. We'll try to slow him down. Hopefully he doesn't.
Maybe next week.
Yeah. We just need to do a special edition on that game and just do a whole
episode,
2-hour special.
I agree.
Finn knows what game it is too. He's laughing.
Don't say it.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's you guys' week going so far? Everybody hanging in there? I got some stuff to talk about with ABI Buff in our intro portion here of the program.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, my week's going better than Blue. That's for sure. I did so far. So no cream in my coffee.
How do I get sick? Get 10 times better. I was about to start doing a bunch of stuff, and then all of a sudden, just food poisoning.
That's no joke either, dude.
Yeah. That was actually, this is the first time I've ever gotten it. I've been around people who've had it. I've seen it, people get it in the army, which is like even worse.
Oh geez.
We're out in the field, which is disgusting. But yeah, no, it was just bad. I was just basically bedridden or toilet ridden pretty much the entire time. Just yeah. I ain't noticed it too. I don't want to get too graphic with it, but I ain't noticed it until after I ate Chinese food. I felt like a weird pain on my right side. I was like, what the heck is that? And then I just felt like nausea, just like a wave, and then body aches, and then it was just downhill from there. Yeah, I lived in the back. I was thinking about, I was like, maybe I should just put a pillow and a blanket here, and I'll just, have easy access.
In college, I had to go to the hospital from it because I passed out. Like I was so drained. I went unconscious. And they had to take me to the hospital. Crunchwrap Supreme got me. Taco Bell.
Darn.
Oh no, not the Crunchwrap.
Yeah, so I can.
Yeah, because I was thinking about, like, I started going through like mine. I was like, oh, is it the Chinese food that we had? No, it wasn't that, because they're all good. And then I made sure I picked up some Starbucks on the way back from church for the family because I let them sleep in. And I was like, okay, it's not that, because we all had the same thing too. So like the only thing that was different was the coffee that I had from a K cup. So it could have been like bad coffee too. Some people say like it could be mold in the coffee too. So maybe it's just old expired coffee. But I was like, I don't normally drink half and half or creamer at all, so that most likely was it. So
I think you had a little sussiness in the creamer, but it's a great new way to lose weight. I think Blue's going to start a whole new trend, like on
10 pounds in 4 days, guys. You guys join my Instagram, my new fitness Instagram.
Yeah, Blue is starting his arc as a
courses
as a fitness influencer. Step 1, you take a bunch of half and half and you leave it lukewarm outside in the sun for 2 days, and then you drink it. Instantly, 10 pounds lost. You're on it. It's great. He's a fitness influencer now.
And you get like a full body workout.
Dude, now I'm thinking about it, there was like an old lady that did this as well too. I'm kind of worried for her. She's like 85 or something like that, and she took pretty much the same thing I did. So I'm like, I should call. And anyone got word from her?
If she's 85, she's probably ultra tough. She probably just had a fart and moved on. Like,
well, it's funny because I was putting sugar in my coffee, and she was like, "And this generation worries about sugar nowadays." And then I was like, "Hey, look, whatever doesn't hurt us makes us stronger, or whatever it hurts, or something like that." And then she's like, "I've been drinking sugar for 80 something years, and I look at me, I'm fine, And it's just like, yeah, I guess, yeah."
It is funny how we worry about all this stuff, and sometimes I feel like life expectancy is total RNG, because like everybody knows that person with the granddad that's like 85 years old and just rips cigarettes all day, and they still live to like 80 something, or they drink a case of beer a day.
Was a World War II vet. I think he swore that drinking whiskey and smoking a cigar was like the key to life. But he's like driving, and he still has his old M1 Garand from World War II. Forgot his name, but yeah, it's actually
I could get behind that.
It's a real thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, there it is. Finn in chat. Grandmother's 92 and still smoking. Like, he just it's RNG, man. It
really is RNG. It's RNG. It's the worst game ever.
I'm at 38 and having heart
sucks.
I have to have a heart procedure already. I got a bad spawn, man. I spawned with a debuff, dude. This isn't good.
You rolled different numbers on your stat wheel, dude.
Yeah, I put too many points on charisma and not enough on. Never mind, I'm joking. Not enough on health, but dude, I was off today, and while the kids were sleeping, I played some Arena Breakout Infinite. I got the new meta figured out, Buff. Since I'm poor in that game, I got the new affordable meta.
Oh yeah, okay.
You build an Uzi with the 32 round mags, the Gen 2 recoil stock, and just put a sight on that thing, and the muzzle brake with the best recoil, and it's like 40,000 Cohen is all it is. And you take the money you save there and you put it in 7N31, the best 9mm ammo.
Okay.
And I had one rate. We were playing Lockdown Farm. Everybody was tier 6 except me, running around tier 3. But I killed so many juicy operators. I had a 1.5 mil raid, a 1.7, and a 2.8 million raid that I extracted with.
Okay. Wow.
Just thrashing people with HKs, with M110s, with like the AR-57s. I got some of those. Like, I was destroying everybody with a 40,000 Cohen gun. It was sweet. So that's
how much was that ammo that you? How much ammo did you?
I gotta remember, and that's the other thing too. The Uzi is like the Scar of the 9mm, in my opinion. It's really good on recoil because the fire rate isn't crazy. So like, you put rounds on target and it doesn't eat the ammo as fast as a vector.
Slow cyclic rate, right?
Yeah, instead of like 900 rounds a minute, it's like
a chug.
Yeah, it's like 650 or 700. Still shoots fast, but like not 1,000 rounds like the dang vector or whatever. Yeah. So I can't remember. I think I would stack up with, it was still probably a 80 or 100,000 in ammo, but I mean, you're still with ammo with ammo and gun, like you're still cheaper than just buying a kitted in 110. So I don't know. It was cool, man. I one of the raids I really want to put on YouTube, it was crazy. I think I killed 4 operators and got out with all that juice. And some of them are downtown shots too. That thing, but it's just a laser beam, and you put that 7 in on them. Yeah,
they're
it was
done.
good.
Don't stand a chance.
Nope. We had a rough time in the armory. You and me both.
We got out with some good stuff. A couple of those raids, though.
Yeah, we had a couple good ones.
Yeah,
that game needs season 2 more than any games needed a season 2 in its life, man.
Yeah, I'm now that the test version's closed, I really just don't want to play any. I don't really want to play anymore till season 2, honestly.
Yeah, the test server was really good.
It was. I had a lot of fun with it, and it was because you were getting, without like giving away any details, but you were getting, none. Obviously, it was not like a permanent version, so nothing mattered. So you could just be like, I'm just gonna go in as juicy as possible, and like it doesn't matter. So I had a good time with that. So yeah, I'm excited for that, and the Northridge map, which we know is already coming, obviously. So yeah, it definitely needs it. I don't think they gave us a date yet, right? But it's like early April, somewhere like somewhere in the next 2-3 weeks.
I hope so. There were people talking on Reddit about it, and some people were saying like some of the season content doesn't end until like it says the battle pass and stuff runs out like May 2025. So some people are thinking we still have a whole nother month to wait.
Wow, that'd be crazy.
Which is going to be brutal. But like playing the closed test, it plays great. Like I don't know why they would need to wait any longer, right? Like it plays fine.
I don't know, and I don't know if they. I only heard about the one test, right? So I know without giving away any details, but they started the test with just European servers, and then I think they added in NA servers the last like week and a half or so, and I thought it ran really great. Like no matter what, I mean, your ping would be high a little bit if you were on the European servers at the first time, and I definitely had some heavy desync issues. But I mean, what are you gonna, it's not.
Yeah.
Just because you're not on any server, so it is what it is. But yeah, I thought it ran great. I didn't really encounter any bugs whatsoever. The only issues that I had were desync on European servers. So I really hope we don't have to wait that long. The only other thing I could think of is if maybe they're working on putting in more content, whether that be more into the battle pass, more weapons, any of those things. Then I could see them taking another month if that were the case. But I think they definitely need to kind of give us a timeline on all that stuff soon, because the content drought. I think you were talking about this Crash like feels like 2 months ago or more at this point. You're like, man, we really need content. I was like, oh, I'm having a good time with it. And now it's like, yeah, we really need content. Yeah, we really need content now. That's why I went back the other day, and the day you and I played Crash, like I was so just like over it before I switched over and was playing with you on stream. But I went back and played Wildlands in first person and was just having a good time with that, switching it up a little bit.
Is that official, or do you have to do a mod to play Wildlands first?
It's a mod. I can send it your way. It's pretty easy to set up, but man, it is a game changer. It's a lot of fun. So it's like the body cam style
nice
gameplay. It's something. Again, it's just PvE, so it's just like casual. Let me just have a good time. So open world is always good.
Yeah. Then with ABI 2, the only thing I thought of like for a reason that I could get behind it being so late for season 2 is, and you can tell me if I'm making this up, but I'm pretty sure that they said in one of their reveal things that they're going to try to get on the 3-month season cadence after this one.
They did. Yeah, they did.
So maybe they're trying to get like season 3 kind of in a spot where they can get it done in 3 months, and then we're going to get new seasons every 3 months, which would be really nice.
Yeah, that would be good, especially because I know like the mobile version of the game they're way ahead of us season wise and weapon wise.
Yeah, they just dropped season 8, which is like a snowy Northridge map. It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So they're way ahead of us. If you want to have an idea of what kind of weapons or stuff are coming, look at the mobile version, because the PC version is going to get all that. And And I didn't even log in yet since we played to see if I got compensated for that cheater, which I'll be disappointed if I didn't. But for those of you who don't know, like before Crash and I played on stream the other night, I was running like a solo lockdown with a just like a quick hit, so it wasn't a big deal. But I definitely got killed by a guy that saw me through the had heavy walls on and just like made it look like he didn't know I was coming, but it's like obvious that he did. So
Yeah.
if I don't get compensated for that, I would be. I mean, it's like I even tweeted them and they didn't. I mean, they didn't say anything. I was pretty mean about it too, but it's just like it's so blatantly obvious. It's like, come on.
They had a weird cheater, or we had a not a. I don't know if it was a cheater. We had a weird one too, where one of the guys I was playing with got shot through smoke in a bush. But he saw him go in, so he could have like had a like he could have like extrapolated it.
Could have
I
also been
I
maybe the smoke wasn't visible on his end. I know that's like a huge thing
yeah.
in a lot of games.
I also had one death that was really bad. The guy peeked me. We knew each other was there, and I was swinging him. I saw the very tip of his elbow and died. And then I watched the kill cam, and he saw like my whole body. And all I saw was like it was like a perspective
So
thing.
I think that's that's a decent. That's more of like a desync thing. I know I see a lot of other streamers that have that issue, and that's kind of where I'm like a little bit. The one that I reported and tweeted was that it could have been the same type of thing because like this guy just happens to look over and then like pre-aim before I'm even visible, but maybe on his end, maybe the kill cam is not synced up, and maybe on his end he didn't aim till he saw me or something, and it just happened to be dumb luck. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, hopefully that's something that they take care of, because I do think we talked about the Steam release. When's it going to release on Steam? Like things like that can't be happening if you're going to go for a Steam release. So
Yeah, they're gonna get put through the ringer on the Steam release reviews for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think of this. I was talking about the thermals last night and how annoying they are, and like people are gonna that thing could get review bombed because of the thermals.
Dude, I tweeted them again that same night. I was in a mood for sure, being super mean to them, but yeah, thermals. I mean, it's just exactly that you can't releasing on Steam and just having that new influx of players just get. I can see some. They're gonna run into the meta HK thermal user who just has highlighter vision across the whole map with zero obstruction, and will just dump you with the meta HK is like the O'Hara grip, the Hunter round, casket mag, and iron sights. And with the thermal in the game, there's no visual obstruction, there's no graininess. It's just pure highlighter. You can see everything on the map. So all you had to do is aim and just dump 100 round with the HK. You're gonna get killed from whatever distance. If they can see you, they're gonna kill you. So that's another reason. I completely agree. They're gonna get destroyed if they don't fix that before a Steam release. Those are the two things. Like desync cheaters, whatever's going on there, figure that out. I think they do a good job with cheaters. The desyncs, it could be a little bit of both. I don't know. They got to figure that out, and they actually need to do something. The thermals need to do similar to what Tarkov has done in the past, and even Call of Duty did it. They made it like the thermals back in Warzone original, and they made it much more like grainy view. You can't just have pure highlight vision. It's not going to go well on Steam.
Yep. So hopefully it fixes it. I had another weird one today too, where I was going up by the stables and there was a guy laying in the weeds, and I had killed a guy with my Uzi, of course, with a M110. So I grabbed the M110. I knew where this guy was laying. I peeked out, shot him, and then he shot and killed me. And he was laying down prone facing me, and all I could see was his head. So like I thought I just head tapped this guy. Right. On the results page, it shows I shot him in the foot, in the toe. Like if someone's prone facing me, like how do I shoot you in the toe?
See, and that's kind of a common thing I see just with some of the other streamers I watch. Like if I'm working from home and have someone on one of my screens or whatever, like that happens more often than not. I think if you're just like a casual person jumping in, you're not going to look at that sort of thing twice. But if you're playing regularly like us, that's kind of stuff how is that? It's just going to deter players who who want to put more time into this game. So
Yep. So, all right. Well, yeah, that's the main thing. Still been on the ABI train. Let us talk about our first wonderful topic of the day. Blue, have you been following Pioneer? I feel like it'd be kind of up your alley.
I've been waiting for this game, I think for what, 2 years now,
I
for it
think
to
it's
kind of,
four.
it got delayed twice. Yeah, but when I first heard of it, I was like, okay, I didn't really know too much about it. I wasn't in the I feel like the stalker-esque community, and then
Yeah.
then I started getting into it, and Pioneer was on the radar, and then it got delayed twice so far, I believe. But now it's saying that it's officially coming out sometime this year. In fact, it's even available to be wish list on Steam now. So, which is finally good to see. But if you guys don't know what it's like, it's called Pioneer. It's not Pioneer. There's a specific way to say it.
I
You can say,
refuse.
I just say Pioneer. Yeah, it's just like so. But I'm gonna say Pioneer because it's just, I guess, what I got used to after saying it. But um if you guys don't know what it is, basically it's going to be an MMO PvEVP survival shooter in a, because it's like it takes inspiration from Stalker, I would say, because it's got like anomalies and creatures and stuff like that, but it's also, it feels like Borderlands in some certain ways, just crazy looking weapons and areas and whatnot. But it's basically just a PvE, PvP, MMO, FPS, in a huge open world that has survival, exploration, crafting, resource management, uh, all kinds of stuff. It's gonna have a story with it as well too. So you're gonna be able to do that with your friends, which is really cool. That's like the one thing that Stalker's missing, is like doing things with your friends. So this is gonna be hopefully like a good uh thing to play with people. But this is also, and it's like your weapons are all like, cut with stocks differently. It's got, your AKs with like a cut stock. It's like a pistol grip on it, or it's a bit different. It's got like deagles in it, but it's also got like crowbars and you know crossbow bolts. So it's like, it's very interesting. But the other thing it also has, and this one's very up your guys' alley, it's this thing called Shadowlands, which is their extraction mode. So they're going to have a extraction shooter built inside of it within the game. So you'll be able to go out, get stuff, get gear. If you die, you lose it all. Don't know if there's going to be some kind of like secret stash or anything like that that you can have on your, person. But for now, that's all we know. Basically, it's, you go there, you get really good treasures, probably like anomaly hunting in like dark caves of like really big enemies or something like that. And if you get ganked on by another clan, I guess, because there's also going to be clans in the game. Like there's going to be like clan, what's the word? Like making, so people can make their own, communities and groups in that. And then you're also what was it, you can geez, I think I saw it earlier. Where is it? Yeah, so it's clan based social gameplay, so you'll be able to like talk to people on chat, emotes, all that stuff, leaderboards. So there's in-game raids as well too. Apparently there's six ones in particular. I guess they are gonna be like, you can kind of see in the trailer, I hope this is kind of one of them, is like there's a certain part in the collapse trailer where they're like rushing like this giant like fortress wall, and there's just like a bunch of stuff going on, things are flying overhead, shootings going everywhere, and I wonder if that's like one of the raids that's happening. So it's like a mix between open world and then like structure. So it's like you might have some story behind it as well too. So kind of like Dark Zone, if you guys are wondering, and Dark Zone had a lot of raid functions in there as well too. And then and then the Division, I should say, had a lot of stuff like raids in the Dark Zone and stuff like that, or Dark Zone in general. So it's, think of it like that when you think of their extraction mode is like Dark Zone. So you can do PvE only, I just don't know for how long, how much that progresses you. Do you have up to a certain point? Do you need to start doing PvP? So I'm really looking forward to this one. Now I want to get into a game that I can like sink my teeth in, and really focus on just one, making content, and then two, just having a good time with friends. It's been I've been having a lot of fun with Armor Forger lately, so it's been fun playing there. But like I want to get into like some mystical shooting shit with some friends, So I want to see, weird creatures, and also like you get to craft stuff too. I guess you get to craft bullets and armor and health, and or not health, or probably like health stuff, and there's like anomaly scanners as well too, and you could throw bolts as well too, or whatever the heck. I don't know what it is you're throwing at this point. Maybe I think when the guy threw it, it was like the letter E or something like that. I don't know, just like an alphabet letter or something like that. You might have picked off the refrigerator, but um, yeah, it's pretty cool looking. It might not be for everyone. It's a lot of again, it gives me like Borderlands looter shooter vibe with
Yeah, I
just
see
like more
that.
hardcore, So, and the creatures look cool. They have a lot of cool little elements to it. The world seems a lot better than what it was, and I think they delayed it. And you saw they showcased one of the trailers too, like one of the level areas from the delay, from before the delay and then after, and then they showcased like a side swipe of like all the detail they added of just like making it better. So I was like, okay, all right, so there was a reason for it.
Yeah.
It's just PC, correct?
I believe it's just PC. Yeah, I don't think this is coming to.
Yeah, I see. Just
It
Steam.
supports
Okay.
controller,
For
but
now.
I mean, you know,
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
yeah,
crazy. It looks like, yeah, like you said, like Stalker and like Beautiful Light kind of, and Borderlands, like a light, Borderlands is like cartoony or cell shaded. This looks like a real
Right.
life Borderlands. It looks cool. I hope it's good. If you guys are interested though, Big Fry did a video that he put out today where he played it. He got to play a demo. And actually played the game,
oh, that's
and
cool. That's cool.
um he some of his initial thoughts, you guys should definitely go watch his video if you're interested in it. Um that
I'm
the
curious what you
characters'
thought about
voice
it.
lines were pretty bad. There was a lot of dialogue. It sounded like it was
Yeah,
like all
listening to the
AI.
trailer. Uh, yeah, listening to the trailer, it was like very monotone speaking, so I could definitely picture that of just like maybe they could have used AI, which is kind of cringe. Just hire voice actors. That's what they're there for. You
Yep.
give more depth to the game. But if you didn't, hire better voice actors because they sound like AI. So it doesn't go good either way. But the requirements are pretty solid. All you would need apparently for the minimum is a Intel Core i3 6100, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 1060. I
Dang.
haven't seen a 10 series card in a
Yeah.
requirement for a new game in a very long time.
Fry said it was very well optimized in his video on
That's
his
yeah,
system,
I get
which it
this was also
looks
like, again, this is
stunning
like
too.
developed. This is developed before like 40 series got announced. So like I think that's why it's just like they were developing it for like the latest and greatest at the time, probably, or like to be optimized for those cards. So like because the recommended is a 2060. Same RAM,
Wow.
Intel Core i5
That's crazy.
8600,
Jeez.
but like a 2060. So
Yeah.
like
That's
our 40 series cards are going to be eating this game up like it's nothing. So
That's really cool
hello
for as good
200
as it looks.
FPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's not a bad looking game at all. I think it's
Wow.
a really interesting looking game. So a lot of cool light visuals, and a lot of I like the immersion of like pulling up your scanner and stuff like that. But there are a lot of HUD elements from what I could tell. But it looks like it's a crafting game. You're gonna see that so as well.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, it's something that wasn't on my radar at all, but I watched Fry's video, and Fry had some criticisms, right? Like some of like when you have to kind of
Oh,
start with
I'm wrong. Apparently, it's going to be on Xbox.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They announced themselves it's going to be on Xbox here.
oh dang.
They just replied to a comment. So console too. Dang.
Poor,
Now
poor
I'm curious about
PlayStation.
I'm curious about crossplay now.
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't expect that. Has this studio GFA Games, have they done any other thing I've heard about? Do you know?
No, nothing that
Is this
we've
like
ever
one of
heard
their new
about. So
things? Like it's just like their newest game or only game that. Just curious to
I haven't heard of them before.
Me neither.
apparently a streamer named Eroctic is his name.
Yeah, Rocktick.
I think. Oh, he's currently streaming Pioneer right now.
Nice.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if
yeah,
he's
the
allowed.
embargo.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, the embargo lifted.
Yeah.
He's got a video too talking about it. Or Octic does it. It's next to Fries. So Fry
Oh, he's
did his.
the Tarkov dude. Well, I've seen him in Tarkov videos as well too.
Oh, yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting,
Cool.
man.
I can get like live, footage on what it is. He's currently, I'm watching history right now. He's currently getting 150 frames right now at like 50 to 80. It spikes between 50 to 80% GPU usage. So that's pretty good. That's
not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
Fry said that was good. He said some of the linear, like you do some kind of intro stories, I feel like, before you get kind of turned loose in the open world. He said that looked awesome and the lighting was sick. And then when you got out into the open world, you can tell they had to do some stuff for optimization, and it was not near as good looking once you got out into the open world part.
Bummer
of stuff. But
yeah, I think you have to like force yourself through the monotonous, like, it's not a tutorial, but it's clearly a tutorial, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah. And then I guess it makes sense to talk about this just to book in this. Well, I don't know. We can do a quick shot. We can do the future game shows a quick shot. There's just a couple other little shooters that are on there. Nothing super crazy. Yeah. So Pioneer, I feel so stupid saying it like that. I don't want to say it like that.
I know, it sounds awkward.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know why they say it that way, but
is there any way that I can just not say it like that? Can I Pioneer?
I'm just gonna call it Pioneer.
Can I do that? Is that okay? Free speech. Last time I checked, we're still free. Okay. It was still America. Last time I checked, we can say what we want. Oh boy. All right. So that's that. The next thing I wanted to talk about. This, I think, is a big deal. I don't know if you have watched the program watched and or listened to the program for a long time. I'm really sorry. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I'm sorry. This show's terrible. But I've talked a lot about Project Black Budget for a long time because we've heard about it for like a long time. What this is PUBG, Crafton and all them, the studio behind PUBG is making a extraction shooter. And before we get super into it, I hope Buff's not headed to the bathroom. Before we get super or Blue, I mean, before we get super into it, I do want to do my little plug about being able to support the show. If you guys do want to support it for free, you can like the stream, share it, be a friend, tell a friend. Also, audio listeners, leave us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple, and it does help us out, push the program around. We appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. That's my ad read. Okay. Project Black Budget is Crafton's PUBG Corporation's take on an extraction shooter. I thought it might be like more grounded and straight up like PUBG is, but no, I don't think it is. It's going to be bad. I'm going to have a hard time based on some of these leaks and what I've seen. I'm going to have a hard time not comparing it to like AAA Beautiful Light.
That's not the worst thing. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll look at these. So I've looked at these leaks for a long time. People have made videos about them and nothing's gotten taken down. So I'll just pull them up on the screen. I guess most of these, I've seen them on a bunch of different accounts. The account that I have pulled up right now is PUBG Black Budget News. The Twitter handle PUBG Black Budget. Let me pull these up because there's also some details in here about the game The minimum requirements are a 3060, 16 gig of RAM and an i5. That was on Steam. I was trying to find. There was a tweet that showed what was in the game. Oh, additional information. So people have come across, there's anomalies in the form of like animals, crocodiles, flying bees, panthers, mutants, restricted zones which require a card key, and 30 plus weapons with customization so far. What people have said about it is, one person that played it said the game has a lot of similarities to Escape from Tarkov. Solo players can get matched up against squads. The environment is filled with dangerous wildlife like panthers, crocodiles, and flying bees that can poison you. There are multiple restricted zones that require access cards. The game has a quest line. In higher level zones, you encounter mutants, adding an extra layer of challenge. The game also boasts a wide variety of weapons with over 30. So that's like what the person said who played it. Some of these screenshots. So it looks, this is in NDA, but some of the things you can see is this is what I kind of envisioned like PUBG on UE5 would look like. It looks really clean. One thing that's interesting is your weapon stats and ammo is like a hologram that hovers over your gun. So whether you're on a pistol or not, this is a.
Oh, I like that.
It looks clean as hell. Like it
does.
Like it just hovers right there on your screen.
That's
like
giving me like that gave me like Ghost Recon Future Warfare or Warfighter vibes,
and like Crisis also.
Yeah.
And then this is the map. So I think I saw that it was 2.5 kilometer by 2.5 kilometer. It looks like your stash is in some kind of categories based on the left side over here, and then active contracts. So there are 2 contracts active on this player screen: Crash Coli Crash Course and E. coli Crash Course. That's what Blue had. Then contract Wormhole Extraction, which is also what Blue had. All right, keep it clean.
Oh, jeez.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone, guys. Yeah, this looks like an.
I'm winning.
Yeah, you made it. He's on the
out of the game.
I'm getting towards the extraction point.
So here it looks like a picture of like the wormhole extraction, I guess. Shows shows the mags in a holographic form, vitals. It shows your health as well as your stamina. In the low right of the UI, you can like the primary is the M24, so that's like the 308 bolty. Secondary Glock 19 melee axe utility. So there's a utility thing. It looks like he's got a drone. And you can see
more games need to do this.
That's kind of neat. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I do like it.
And then here is a view of some crocodiles in an office building.
Where you typically would find them, yes.
Generally,
nice. I mean, that's in general office of Florida, 100%. You know, they're coming to. And then they're just trying to cash in their checks, working in the Everglades, you know.
For sure. Here's like an outside shot of the map, but it looks like
this is giving me. There was another like battle royale game that came out, and it was like also in a jungle, but it failed, pretty quickly, and I'm trying to remember,
recently
the name of it. Nah, it was like 2018, 2019.
It definitely giving me, like you said, like Crisis, Ghost Recon.
Crisis too. I hope that explosions, especially how far PUBG has came and like the way environment reacts and stuff like that. Like I hope like you throw a grenade and it explodes, it affects the trees or something around it. Give me a bush wobble or something, you know.
There's one of the mutants.
What the hell is that?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It feels like these kind of things give me like the SCP-5K or like the Beautiful Light vibes, but
I don't know. This is giving me like, I mean, maybe because it's like in, I don't know. It looked like a Rainbow Six Extraction alien almost, or like
not that game,
or like or there was that remember Call of Duty Ghosts had like the alien game mode instead of zombies. Was it Ghost that had aliens?
I don't
There
know.
was there was one of the yeah, but one of the it was one of them that had an alien extraction mode. There's like little tiny critters, and that's kind of what it looks like the red lights and stuff on it. Yeah. Interesting. Extinction from someone. Yeah, that was better than what we have now.
Nice, but overall, it's intriguing. I don't know if it's something like
Yeah, that's the one.
Do we have a there's no release date or anything with this, right? Or they haven't teased. I know they put out like some teaser stuff the other week, but they haven't given any official updates.
I thought it was just 2025 sometime.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, bro. This looks okay. So there was a game, battle royale game called Islands of Nine.
I remember that.
It was the first. Yeah. There's literally it's not 100% on brand, but like I mean and it's a battle royale game compared to an extraction game, but like the blue hint of the UI and like if you just attached it to the weapon and looked at some of the images, they even had like the weapon where you can like they had the in-game weapon customization where you turn the weapon and you attach certain
right,
put
just like
attachments on it.
stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, damn, okay, this is giving me very interesting vibes to it. So, but it looks really cool though. I'm actually really looking forward to that though. I was kind of like because I had the PUBG name and I was just so tired of battle royales and so on and so forth. But to see that, like, okay, all right, count me in.
Yeah,
if there's an open playtest I gotta sign up for, I'll sign up for it.
Yeah, we heard about it like a couple weeks ago. Not a couple, I mean a couple years ago. And I had originally thought, like, when all this stuff is coming to PUBG, like all the gliders and all that stuff, like they were testing it out for this. And I thought it was gonna be like just more grounded, like PUBG kind of is. Like just like kind of a PUBG, but extraction mode with just people, you know. I didn't know they were gonna do like the anomalies, the wormholes, the mutants.
Yeah, I'm curious why they went that route instead of, like you said, a more grounded moment. Or I'm curious also too, like when it comes to like immersion, I want to know how fast do you run? How's the movement in the game? Is there, crouch sprint? Is there sprint slide, mechanics? How does, so like that can also add to like the slow paced grounded feeling of the game too. So I guess we'll see in the future.
I would imagine that it is
could you just take the movement from PUBG and then just put it into first person,
That's what I bet it is.
If that's the case, that's not bad.
Not horrible.
It's not. It's not. It's definitely. It was hard to. I mean, when I first started playing PUBG back in the day, that was like my main like Twitch game for a bit, and they always said that's one of the hardest things to master was the movement in a game and recoil as well too. So that's another thing too. Like, how did the guns function? How did they maneuver and shoot?
I honestly never really got good at PUBG on PC. Played it on Xbox back in the day and we did okay. I did well.
Yeah.
But I never was able to do well in that game. Like, I was not good with the movement. It was one of the first games I played with inertia, and I don't understand the ballistics. And I don't understand either. Like, when I'm sniping people, I shoot and I'm like, where did that bullet go? Because like I understand bullet drop and stuff. And I feel like if I have a car 98, somebody's clear across the map and I shoot and I see the bullet hit and then I raise it up and I shoot. And I'm like, well, that must have went over him. So I bring it down a tiny bit and then it's like way farther below. I feel like it just feels RNG to me, man. I don't know.
That was the biggest thing why I stopped playing, because I just also got I was so tired of just the battle royale formula, just like the RNG. You land in a bad spot, and then you're done. Your whole team is done. This was like early days of like PUBG, where there was no pickups, no respawn, no nothing. Like you died and that was it. You gotta wait for your friend to
see if he wants
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he wants to clutch it, go for it. You're just sitting there snacking on something. If not, then he backs out. You look, it was just a lot, and after a while, you kind of get burnt out of it. So
I mean, yeah, but that also added more stake to the game. Like that's where your life now, like you look at kind of what Warzone's done with it, because that's how Blackout was too. Now look at like your life doesn't
true,
mean
true.
anything in Warzone anymore. It's like, oh, you have like 16 million
Yeah.
ways to get back, so who cares? I'm just gonna
Well, and that's the
everything like
thing
a
too. When I
cycling
saw like, and this is kind of going between like the topic of like battle royale versus extraction. But when I saw like battle royale start to install respawn game modes, and then I started seeing more extraction games, I was like, that's the next thing. I promise you, that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
And what do you know? Here we are. Knew it. Called it. Give
And
me my check.
I'm betting the reason they're doing the anomaly route with this instead of just making like a grounded extraction shooter is probably because PUBG like 2.0 is probably around the corner, and they want to have two like very different type modes. If they just did like a classic extraction shooter, it would be really popular, I'm sure. But then PUBG is known as a battle royale, so would that take away from the actual battle royale 2.0 when it comes out, or what? So I think they probably wanted to have
That's true too. Yeah.
something separate in the market that's not going to be as similar to each other. They don't
And
want
also
direct
too, like,
competition with themselves.
No, that made
what's gonna
sense.
get more support too if one game starts doing better than the other as well too. We got to think about that in the future.
Right. Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is gonna be different. It's gonna scratch the extraction itch, but also have that other element to it, which I think is cool. So we'll have to see if that is the case when we do get a PUBG 2.0 announcement.
Yeah, so that makes I didn't even think of that. They're probably making like the anomalies and stuff so the game has like its own identity, right? Like it's like
Yeah,
its own different distinct looking thing.
that's what I would think. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like, okay, because if this were just a grounded extraction shooter, right? Then when they did come out with the 2.0 version of PUBG, it's just, oh, this is the same thing as
Yeah,
Black Budget.
Or go, why play this when I can go play ABI or
Right,
go back to
people
Tarkov and stuff like that.
Yeah.
people would have been like, well, why didn't you just make it a mode in PUBG if it looks and feels exactly like
Right.
PUBG? It should have just
Yeah.
been a
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably why they did it. Which is smart. I mean, I think it looks, based on just the limited images, I think it looks really cool. If you compare it to Beautiful Light and SPC, which are both awesome looking games too, and again, they have their own niche, and they look like a lot of fun. So I think this is safer to delve into like that side of the competition versus like let's compete with ABI, Tarkov, and things like that, and then ultimately compete with ourselves when we come out with a new battle royale. So
Yep. I don't think we've heard anything on like the Unreal Engine 5 version of PUBG in like a long time.
No.
yeah,
No.
I'm sure it's it's obviously in the works. So
Yeah, I'm also
probably-
it's
probably
like
close.
what was it? The only thing that's really cool right now that we can see is just the UI, That's like the one thing that stands out for now.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yep. It looks interesting. I'm sure there's other games that I can't think of off the top of my head that have that hovering holograph UI, but
At least not recently. There's some older games that have that. Like there was a cyberpunk-ish game back in the day for like the 360. I have to look it up now because it's gonna kill me.
There has been like different things. Even I think the like Killzone 2
What
or
was it?
3 did something similar with the UI like that also.
interesting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So it's not new, but it's not used a lot, which
a lot, which is like
it does minimize
strange
HUD.
for
Good.
for especially, dude. Imagine if like Tarkov tried it, or
Especially if you could customize it, like, okay, I don't want it like right on the gun. I want it, somewhere on the side of the screen or something like that. Like, or just remove it in general for people that are doing thumbnails. But yeah, I think it definitely minimizing the HUD, I think is a
yeah.
good thing. Having
We
that
just want no UI for thumbnails. Game developers, all right,
right.
please.
That's a
Nice.
Syndicate. That was the game. That was a very
I do remember
game.
that one. Yep.
Anyways,
All right,
going
then.
on a nostalgia.
Heck yeah. One of the next things I wanted to talk about, I don't know how long we have to talk about this. There's really not much, but I wanted to touch on Battlefield Labs. Because there is, I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Another new test. So I just kind of wanted to comment and talk about more. I don't know if any of you guys have anything to share about some more of like the Battlefield leaks and stuff you saw, or not, or any comment on that. But I just wanted to say that with the game, it appears they're doing another test already. And I kind of just wanted to comment on like the timing of that. Like that's pretty fast, I feel like.
Yeah, like
turning
2
around
weeks, less than
already, just a couple weeks, and they're rolling another test.
Mm-hmm.
So check your guys' emails. It's still probably not likely that you'll get it because they're not allowing very many in. But they said DICE says Battlefield Labs will still have a very limited capacity to ensure the game back-end scale, their processes, systems, and pipelines run smoothly and well in a controlled manner, independently of whether there are leaks or not. So we should probably expect more leaks in the next week or so. Because yeah, Battlefield is like we said last time, it's like the most leaked game of all time.
I think it's purposefully leaked at this point.
Yeah, they're not taking it down for a reason because it actually looks like a
Yeah.
Battlefield game finally.
I don't even think, to be honest, I don't know if they even had a chance to. Like,
No,
could they have stopped this?
They did take things down initially, and then they stopped. So like,
Yeah, but by that time, like it's already like I know when it first leaked, I downloaded that shit quick just so I can rewatch it.
Like the stuff
just
on
in
X
case.
got a strike, and then they walked that back. So if things got taken down on X, then they removed it, so it came back up, and you didn't need to even repost it. So I think it's definitely, think about like PR strategy. They've just been delivering garbage for years. Like you need positive word of mouth and hype on a
Yeah. Oh no,
Battlefield
for sure.
game.
Yeah,
Like
positive word of mouth. Word of mouth is the best form of marketing ever. So
you need. It's not like we're seeing a ton of gameplay. It's like, okay, this is, this looks like a Battlefield 3. It looks like a Battlefield 3-esque game. This is what your core audience has wanted. So I mean, after what was Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042, like you need it. So yeah, I'm excited to see some additional leaks. I think we saw a lot of good stuff with like some mechanics coming. Last week I think we reviewed it, or the week before, the dragging your down teammate mechanics. Just a lot of things like that were teased and thought about back in Battlefield 5 and even previous, and we never got them. So maybe we see a little bit more. Maybe we'll see a different map. Maybe we'll see some new weapons, some mechanics that we didn't see previously. So
yeah, I'm curious to see, like air vehicles as well too.
yeah, because the map that we saw was only ground vehicle map.
Very kind of close quarters,
So at some point they'll be obviously I'm sure play testing other maps, but I don't. They didn't give a start date for this, right, Crash? So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assume it's gonna start tomorrow or this weekend. So we should start seeing gameplay over the weekend if that is the case.
I feel like the last one was Friday.
It was
on a
Friday, yeah, 2 weeks ago tomorrow, I believe.
Of course, after the show. That we can't talk about.
Yeah, we pretty much. I think if it happened Friday, I think we saw it like damn near Saturday afternoon.
Stuff was already there was leaks.
It was
on
pretty
Friday,
much out.
like, yeah, which is wild. So yeah, we'll have to see, what, if there's anything new with this or not, or what's going on. But I think I did also see an official statement that I think X Factor, old Battlefield YouTuber from back in the day who I used to follow, is more active again. He reposted something that saying like the game is still potentially a year away based on what they said with like the spring 26, which would fall into the fiscal year. So there's no guarantee we're getting it in the calendar year 25. I think a lot of people are speculating like September, October, November when we typically used to see them. But you look back at the older Battlefield games, Bad Company 2, Bad Company 1, like those all released in like Q1, Q2. So I want to say they were like Marchish. Some of them I think were even over in May and June. Bad Company 1 might have been. So we'll have to see what they do with this, especially you want to avoid, obviously, I think GTA, right? Whenever that's going to be coming out at the end of this calendar year, that's going to be big competition. And then obviously whatever is going to be another Treyarch title for Call of Duty, which is supposedly a direct sequel to Black Ops 2, even though we've had like 17 of those already. So they're going to want to maximize their sales with where they release. So you want to try to avoid, I think, those two titles, especially if you're feeling confident that you do have something that the players are going to anticipate. And when the hype dies down from COD, everyone's already bought GTA, then you just have open, there's no competition at that point. So
yeah. So there is a little bit of a potential rumor on the Battlefield subreddit. It says that the focus for the next BF test is devs in a close Discord said they're focused on the next test of improving performance of the 60 hertz servers. For reference, the last time after enabling 60 hertz servers, that there was a lot of lag introduced into the game. So like the fundamental net code using 60 hertz isn't working allegedly. That's from a non-known source. That's a trust me, bro, source.
Yeah.
So who knows for sure.
What game? I mean, they used to do 60 hertz. Was Battlefield 4 not 60 hertz on PC? I can't.
I think they pretty much all were. Like, because I just remember looking back
I was
when we
mainly console still on for
same.
Battlefield 4.
Yeah, we were only 30 hertz on consoles.
Yeah.
You could look up 60 hertz servers back when there was a server browser.
Server browser. Yep. And I'm pretty sure Battlefield 4 had them also. So yeah, I mean, whether that's the case or not, they have more than enough time. Based on what we saw, we don't have some lady saying this is the furthest along a Battlefield game's ever been with a trust me. We've seen the gameplay, so it clearly is in a state that doesn't look like crap. So let them take whatever they're doing with the
water. We don't know how it actually plays, because we're not playing it ourselves. We're just seeing gameplay, and I'm not seeing anyone post like specs on what they're using and stuff like that.
True, and a lot of people suck. All the gameplay we're seeing, people are terrible. But
oh my god, yeah, dude! I was watching some guy go around just circles around a tank, and the tank was like, "What do I do? I just don't know what to do."
Yeah, people are pretty bad. But I will say there was a clip. I don't know if anyone saw it. Showing. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people did because it was all over X. But a lot of the destruction of just like the walls, like
it looks good, man.
When you're going through that, I mean, we talked about it was the shot you saw in the official like gameplay teaser that they did
with the arches on the right side.
Yeah, you're going through
I think we saw the same shot. Yeah,
and the player stepped out from that, and then like a tank, 50 cal and infantry opened up on those walls, and the destruction looked amazing. So
yeah, the way the rubble was like hitting stuff on the way down and then like flipping around, like it felt really like good. It was like yeah.
So I'm feeling I'm at least happy that it seems they're going in the right direction. Yeah, no, not pre-order, but it looks head and shoulders above what even 2042 looks like today, I would say, like without a doubt. And I think the trailer team has learned their lessons from Battlefield 5. So obviously, because they hyped up 2042 somehow, which is
I hope they don't say we made this Battlefield for you.
Yeah, don't do that. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited, man. But yeah, obviously not going to pre-order anything.
I'm excited, but damn it, have you hurt me in the past really hard? So
yeah, we still don't have like any details.
This is an abusive relationship.
So as far as especially as we go further on and see the play test, we'll probably see other games and things like that. But when we get to actual details from the studio, how many maps, blah blah blah. I remember going into Battlefield 3. So when Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield 3 were both slated to come out, I think it was that November 2011, right? So that summer, I remember working, being at work and stuff, and just every day during like June, July, there was like official interviews with developers just dropping all sorts of details about all the rewards, all this and that, and it was like a plethora of information because they were competing with each other, so that you had to like trying to one up each other like almost every day was
Yeah,
cool.
I
So
think that's
hope we
another
get
thing
some of
too we
that
don't
soon.
get. Like, there's no Call of Duty versus Battlefield anymore. I feel like
Yeah, I mean, I think
competition.
that's kind of why I think both products have fallen off. Battlefield more so than Call of Duty because they don't have, when we had Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3 in direct competition there, that was, I would argue, the best of both franchises probably. What
Yeah.
you know what,
The peak, I think who won at the peak was Battlefield. That Battlefield 1 trailer. That was
Cool.
yeah.
yeah, that was
Ooh.
for sure. That
That was a
one
great trailer,
blew
and
Call of
that
Duty
was a
out the
COD
water.
low. That was a COD low year too, with Infinite
That
Warfare.
was yeah.
But I think that's also why whenever they release this game, right? You're going. This is we know for a fact this is going to be a Treyarch Black Ops title again. I just think there's going to be a lot of fatigue. So like Battlefield, they fumble up. They're the king of fumbling opportunities. So, but this is they here they are finding themselves again with a golden opportunity. So it's like, feel like the industry and the fans are like, all right, just like here's the ball in a cradle, like just softly take it out of this big hammock and don't drop it, and we're
Yeah,
just
be
praying.
so careful with this
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
just praying they don't just like, oh my god, or
Yeah.
just do what
Yeah.
Battlefield does best. So this is their
Just
opportunity yet
for a
again.
reminder, the just 8 years ago, by the way, this it got revealed to us. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on YouTube had 666,000 likes, 4 million
Yeah, it
dislikes,
was the
whereas
biggest dislike
Battlefield
of the
1
time.
had 2.5 million likes and only 46,000 dislikes.
Mhm.
So
Dude, that
like there was
trailer, man.
definitely a dude.
I still watch that
Great
trailer like
trailer.
once a month,
Great
like to
trailer.
this
That
day.
dude, yeah, that
That was
music.
still,
Oh man.
yeah, it was amazing. It was still that was, I would say, also like the last immersive Battlefield game for sure. So
Correct. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
here they are finding themselves kind of in a similar position again. So
The
let's see.
true. I'm getting word right now from the production team that there is a before and after picture of some destruction that shows like the after rubble like piling up and stuff.
Oh,
Do you
awesome.
guys think we could show it? Like they're not taking
Oh,
anything down, right? Like we're
Yeah,
probably
I'd say
yeah,
screw it. Let's
I
give the
was
fans
gonna
what they
ask that
want.
too. Like, is there like, can you look up Battlefield 6 leaks on YouTube and if that,
yeah.
and
There's the videos are still
They're all
cooking.
out there. Yeah, no one's.
oh,
They're
okay.
not
Well,
getting
then I
taken
would say just
down.
show a picture of it. If we get, hey guys, listen, if we get strikes for this, if you don't see our channel anymore, we're sorry.
No, there's no way we're gonna.
Join
There
everyone's
was
Discord.
there was someone out there who was going
Yeah.
through like video and images of all the weapons and then like analyzing gameplay and like
So
stuff.
These are like 11 days ago.
yeah,
You know,
so
yeah.
here's the
Okay.
before, and then here's the same shot after destruction. So you can see like all this wall is like completely blown out, as well as whoever was saying in chat that the rubble like piles up and makes like other things you can find. Like the rubble stays on the map as like
Love just
piles of
seeing
stuff.
just a random body just chilling.
Yeah,
there.
there's a dude like
Yeah, just
he's got the white chalk drawn around him on the crime scene
gonna-
right there.
I'm just gonna take a nap right here.
Yeah, it's like this is a nice place to lay down. So you can see like before and after of destruction, like this awning is gone, this garage door wall is blown out. Like it looks really good. Dang it,
yeah.
man.
See you guys in
Next month.
after our month long ban.
And the ban is lifted. The other thing I noticed, and people were talking about this, is that the HUD, the mini map is 3D, which is kind of cool.
I did, yeah. It's
like back in the
like
day.
very Bad Company 1 and 2 esque, which is cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it looks good. Again, this has me like, this looks like if Battlefield 3 came out today on a modern engine. Like this is what I want. So
Yeah.
let's, fingers crossed, everybody. Say your Battlefield prayers every night, and
I build
We'll
a
see.
shrine to Vince Ampella in
And
your house. All hail Vince.
Make sure to tweet and be like, hey,
Oh,
please put, you
man.
know, like Cardi B skins in the game too, because that's what
They'll be
Battlefield
there.
really
Dude, the
wants.
skins are gonna be bad. And there's not going to be, I don't know. It's going to be live servicey as it gets, dude.
They should do collabs with like Godzilla movies from like the 80s and not anything like relevant to the game or the theme that's coming out
No,
today. I think would be just
dude.
a
I
great
have to
marketing
say, my
strategy. I
lord,
think
my son is now in love with those Godzilla movies from like
classic
he's going all
movies.
the way down to the
I grew up
50s.
on them
Like that's how
too.
old.
I
Yeah,
love
so
them. I just don't want to see collabs in a modern military game when you have things like Terminalist, Sicario, and all this other stuff out there. They're like, you know what we should do is like go back. There's this movie in the 1930s with like butterflies. We should do a
No.
Look, I
we should do
will
a pack
say
with
I'm
that.
still kind of looking forward to it if they ever decide to bring it into it because Call of Duty had its zombies mode. Battlefield needs its dinosaur mode. Okay,
We do.
we
I'll
need a
take
dinosaur
that.
mode in Battlefield where I shoot dinosaurs and just survive wave after wave. Just give me that. All right, that's all I ask for. You already put
They've teased it for years too.
They've teased it for too long, man. They put a pterodactyl flying in one of the skies in Battlefield 3. They put freaking megalodons. They put freaking T-Rex skeletons. They put a T-Rex roaring in Battlefield 4. So like, give me that at least. Jeez.
No, they're gonna do a boys crossover because guess what? Rainbow Six Siege is now doing a boys crossover. They did the boys in Call of Duty.
God.
Now
I
Rainbow
liked
Six
it when
Siege.
no one like when the boys was just like, okay, it's a good show. But like then Call of Duty put them in. Now
They're making the rounds. Call of Duty did it, and now Rainbow Six Siege is getting a Homelander and a Black Noir skin in Rainbow Six Siege.
I know this is off topic, but you know the boys is getting more supernatural characters in it too. So now
like
we're gonna fucking see
cast.
Dude, we're gonna see supernatural characters in like Battlefield and Call of Duty next. Fucking just casting
Keep it
exorcisms on people.
God, man, I really hope we don't see any of that in Battlefield. But I mean, that's another thing. Like Call of Duty, like they've had so many opportunities with like the modern movies and shows for that fit a military theme. They're like, dude, how about like Ninja Turtles though? You know, like there's no new IP. Like Jacob was talking about, he's like, yeah, there's a new like Ninja Turtles comic coming out in 3 years from now. So like that's what it's related to. It's like that's cool, but who the hell cares? You know,
I would say the biggest and worst tease, real quick, before we get to the next topic, that Battlefield ever did was sticking in Battlefield 2142 vehicles in Battlefield 4 and then just completely ignoring it in the next game.
Well, the next game they went because after that was Hardline. So like,
yeah, that's true. That's true too. But like in general, just complete. Okay, so not even the next game, the next multiple battlefields, just complete and say, oh yeah, we forgot we teased the whole Titan and mech walkers, and we teased 2142. And,
right. In 2042 would have been when you introduced that.
The precursor, it would have been 100 years set before, so it would have been like, oh, you're getting closer, and then it just shit the bed. Anyways,
well, they do have a robot season event going on now where you're fighting robots, so that kind of ties
fucking
in.
like androids from like Alien looking motherfuckers, like white bald dudes.
No, they did a new one, so it's like actual robots.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that.
So maybe that's the precursor to 2142, and maybe in this new Battlefield.
Maybe we'll finally see Titan mode in Battlefield 6.
I'd actually be fine if they did like a DLC pack, kind of like they did with Battlefield 4, where we got that. Like, it was still grounded in the timeline and everything, and it was, you know, it fit in. They did it so it fit in, right? So let's hope they. If they do that, I think that'd be awesome. I'd be totally down for that. Tie it in similar to how they did it in 4. But they just got,
if they like do it again and like tie it in this next Battlefield and like start putting in like hover tanks and be like, this is also maybe not a precursor to that. So then the next Battlefield, because I feel like eventually too, maybe we will go back to futuristic type esque.
You could do a Bad Company 2 Vietnam style thing and just do what they did.
You could, you could do a DLC. That's true too.
Bad Company 2 did a whole Vietnam game tied into it, and
that was really good.
It was awesome. So they could.
I forgot about that.
That's what they should
do with the loudspeakers on it and everything. Yeah,
and it was amazing. So it was a full-fledged out game. It was great. So yeah, do that. That's
Crash, just give us a whole episode talking about Battlefield at this point, dude. Like just say Blue and Buff talk Battlefield. That's it. That's the episode.
Then I'll just sit over here and get
Views.
depressed about
Could you
2042 and
Right.
relive that
Yeah.
trauma, and I'll bring it all back down to
Just
earth, baby.
Blue can like appreciate this because Crash didn't know what games were back then, but like
Crash, you boomer.
Dude, I was a habitual grass toucher back then. I was always doing cool stuff.
What a loser, man.
What a loser actually doing stuff with his
I know.
back then.
But like
Jeez.
you know, they're both EA, DICE. Like, give us some Medal of Honor 2010 and Warfighter crossover stuff like that. That's your skins, tier 1 stuff, all that. Like that's what I've been saying. The opportunities. I think like Ghost Gaming did a video on it because he asked that question and I said stuff like that, and then he did a video which I didn't watch it, but. You know, what are they going to do for like the paid stuff? Like you have not only do you have like your own IPs that you can pull from and crossover, but you have like so many options in the modern setting. So that's why I think I'd be disappointed.
Oh, I see. Well, Battlefield needs to nail the cosmetics. Yeah,
if they do what COD does, it's just going to be disappointing because like COD drops the ball on that. Yeah, historically since 2019.
I hope we don't have proximity chat in Battlefield. I'm sorry. With your team. Oh, okay.
With your team, it'd be fine.
With squad chat's fine. I think. Yeah. I don't think I need to be hearing the enemy yelling at me like. Just
no, it would just be screaming. And
I would want to scream.
Go play BattleBit. Go see how or back then. I don't know if it's still doing popular now, but like BattleBit was that, and it made for some really funny moments. I would say, but
you're trying to coordinate with your team, like, all right, let's, we're coming up on the flank, when like you don't want the
bad guys like, all right, we're here waiting for you.
All right, there's clearly guys pushing on the OBJ. Let's just sit here. Yeah, that'd be dumb. Yeah, and I wouldn't want to talk to their squad without having like a push to talk.
That's why everyone uses Discord as Insurgency Sandstorm.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, or Xbox Party Chat. If you're on console, so
yeah. So
are we just gonna change the name of the program to the Battlefield Hype Podcast? Everybody's just excited, and that's all. It's just
great. The thing is,
with a big watermark, do not pre-order.
Right? Yeah, we'll wrap it up to this. But I mean, we've been like saying what the next game needs for like years at this point. So to see what we've seen so far, and it seems like they're going that route for what we can tell. I mean, that's at least a good sign.
Yeah.
Hopefully it continues.
We'll just have to sit here and wait.
Yep.
We'll just have to keep an eye on it. It's got potential.
We still gotta make that. We gotta make that 2 shirts though.
Remember to tweet at them guys and be like, "Yo, this is my favorite Marilyn Monroe movie from 1910. Like, can you make this a skin in the game, please? Like, make sure to do that. Otherwise, they won't listen to you." So
yeah. I want to see Teletubbies with shotguns.
We know Vince is watching this podcast right now. He's just not saying anything right now.
I want Teletubbies with shotguns.
Yeah, I want like a Wright brother crossover. I think would be really cool. Maybe like the very first film ever. Like we could do
the Kitty Hawk pack.
It. Yeah, like I think something like that would be pretty neat. Some Uwu. I mean, Crash said it, like the Uwu skins. Like, let's get some Uwu stuff in there with charms. Just like
you have a good poker face, Buff. You have a really good poker face. I'm just saying,
Yeah. Oh, I do. My friends hate me for it too when we actually play.
I'm glad I know your sense of sarcasm now. Because if I did that, I'm like, what are you saying, dude?
People who are listening to the podcast probably think I'm serious too. I'm just a sarcastic asshole, guys. You haven't picked it up by now.
I've pre-ordered 6 copies of the most expensive edition while we've been talking about it. Just like during this. So
tweet DICE like, "Yo, I want to pre-order the $1,000 edition, please." And
oh yeah,
you don't have one. Make one.
Give me maps with nothing on, just barren maps, just completely.
Jeez.
Where like the lawns are mowed every day between combat and everything. It's just you have janitors out there cleaning between battles.
Wait, Texas is trying to ban anime? I'm moving there. I don't get it.
If it's the anime, I'm good with that. It can't ban Dragon Ball Z, man.
I don't know anything about it. All right.
Man, good stuff,
okay.
Good stuff.
All right. Let me pre-order one more copy.
Get one more,
and let's go. Okay. Now we can talk about that.
All right.
All right. So apparently,
Oh, jeez.
this is news to me. I'm hearing about this for the very first time. Hearing this now for the first time. There's a new map coming to Deadside. Blue, is this new POIs on the map or a completely separate map?
It's a completely separate map. It's a smaller map, so I think like max will be like 50 or 40 something players on it, something like that, around that. So it's very small. But it's on the public test server right now. You can go check it out for yourself. All you have to do, and I had it up here as when you go and you got to right click on the Deadside game in your Steam library. It's only available for PC, not console as well too. Um, which by the way, console is doing pretty good apparently. It's been 3 weeks since its release on console, and it's up to over 300,000 new players have joined. So, how many stay? We'll see. But because the Steam charts aren't looking that great, I'll be honest. They're I want to talk about this real quick before I get to the new map because their Steam charts right now since the 1.0 launch back in early December, around the 5th of December, it shot up to around 4,680 players, which is really good at the time. It is now dropped and averages around 2,000 players, so it's already lost half of its player base on PC, and then it dips every night to around 8 to 900 players. So we're
Hmm.
kind of seeing like we're not seeing past numbers where it was like 400, 500, 600 at its peak. But we are seeing like a slower decline. I think there was an update around like the 16th of March that brought some people in again. So it shot back up like maybe 200-300 more players, but I mean it wasn't like anything significant. So it's doing great on console because I don't think console really has a game like this that really has this like casual, hardcore survival open world building game. But PC definitely has a lot of options. So I think there's a reason why that people just say why play this when you go play Rust or Daisy or something like that. So we'll see. But the new map looks really cool, very promising. It has a desert biome look to it. It has some very really cool like military style fortifications, with like AI that guard it and stuff like that. Of course, you're gonna see a lot of the same, assets be used, some of the vehicles and buildings, stuff like that. But there are some like newer, like dead trees and dead shrubbery and stuff like that. There's like a washed up cargo ship on the shoreline and stuff like that. There's like a bunker that you can go. That's most likely one of the new military bunkers you can go and grab. That's also shown. So and like I said, it's currently available for PC only on the public test server. You could right click on your dead side in your Steam library, just choose betas, and then you go ahead and choose the public test server PTS from the drop down menu. And then you relaunch your game, you re download it, you relaunch it, you play it. Pretty simple. And then if you want to go back to it, just do the opposite. Instead of PTS, you click none, you're playing regular dead side. So yeah, that's pretty much the only main thing with that side that's going on right now, other than like the major player base. But like when I check Twitch, even Twitch, no one's really watching it on Twitch. People were kind of just I think today it was kind of just because someone big was streaming it, so it kind of shot up a little bit. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. Like I want to get more into it. I made a video about like why does it just feel like there needs to be more to it. It feels a little empty for some reason, and I don't know why. And I think for me, it's just like there needs to be more to not more to do because there's clearly tons to do now. You can raid a base, you can go raid a bunker, you can go craft, you can go hunt, you can like there's so much to do. But I think what I don't know. It's like when you think of like Daisy, you think of I don't know, some of the I mean, also Daisy's been around for such a long time too. It's kind of hard to compare Daisy to Dead Side because Daisy started as a mod and so on and so forth. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I guess I'm not the only one because when I made the video, there's a lot of comments saying like, yeah, it's just like this game just feels monotonous. It's easy. It's easy to get a gun, which was I think was what they were going for. But I think the game needs to be a little bit more hardcore at the end of the day, in my opinion. I think
Yeah,
it's like it's easy to get into fights, it's easy to get good gear, and then you do that over and over again to the point where it's like, all right, now what? You know?
yeah, because all those mechanics you're talking about, there's really cool things that we like that they added, like the base rating, the base building, all that stuff. It's like at the end of the day, that takes like a while to go through it. But like, what's the point? What's the point of rating somebody's base to get more gear that you already have and can get easier? Like the other ways,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
there's no progression in it either. Like you're just kind of there's cool mechanics in the game, but there's no reason to do them. If that
Yeah,
makes
I don't
sense.
know. It's it's
That's what I
it's
think.
because it's like it's weird because it's like I know for me, I like, and this is from my side, I like story, I like lore, I like immersion. So like there's a certain part in the map, and I know Arcus in chat knows about it. Like there's an island off the side that there's no other point of interest on there other than like a lake with some ducks and some wolves that walk around and probably some deer, which I wonder how they got there in the first place. But um, they it's like there's like a little rock monument that has like this sacrifice altar, and then when you stand in the middle of it, it screams at you, right? So it's like, oh, that seems interesting. I wonder what they're gonna do with this, and then they just haven't done anything with it, and it's just like, so what was the point of adding this to just have a rock scream at you? I don't know. I don't. It's just like I feel like you could do so much more than almost copy a game, because that's what it feels like they're doing right now. Is like they're copying a video game right now, which is uh what's the word? Is Rust. I feel like they're copying Rust at this point. Like you have triangle foundations, you have code locks, you have throwable TNT, you have throwable C4. You have like, sure, you got like, I mean, well, actually Rust also has food and hunger as well too. That's got hunting. You can go kill bears, you can go kill deer in that game. You can kill deer, you can kill wolves in Dead Side. There's ladders now. That's not really like, there's like placeable ladders. They're called assault ladders, and they're like a ladder that has a platform if you want to raid someone's base. So like if you want to climb up their side walls and stuff like that, you place a ladder down, you climb up, you get on the platform, you place another one, so it's like it's very awkward in my opinion, compared to where Rust does it. You place ladders and your character just kind of like ascends them, and you can just keep placing them as you're climbing. So it's like it's a better game mechanic in that game. And so it's like I think what Deadside needs, it's something to differentiate itself from those other games even more so. So back then it was really, I would say, different because one, it was PC only, which again, that also Rust as well too. But um, they also back then they had a specific raid token system. You can only get raided while you were online. A lot of the certain weapons stuff like that were pretty expensive. They were messing with the economy every now and then. The map was different. It was a beautiful looking game. There's no rain though. There's no fog. There's no different weather. There's night and day, which was nice. Um, there was base building in the beginning. I'm glad you can at least raid people, but I mean, it's just like, again, I think there needs to be more to this game that separates itself from others, and that's why I think it's doing really good on console and not super well on PC. So I think we also got a little look into the modding kit that they developed as well too. So they're making a modding kit. They showcase it on their Twitter now. It's finally confirmed. They showed like a Makarov shooting automatic explosive rounds, just like just like a little tiny like literally it had a 7 round magazine in it, and it just like it just blew up everything around it. So it's like, okay, that's cool. You're giving PC mods. I wonder if that's gonna go over to console. Um, I'm even thinking about shutting down my Dead Side server now because of just like, there's no reason. for it anymore. Like no one's playing it anymore. I might make it into like a small private one, but I don't know. We'll see. So it's like, yeah, and also they reduced the vegetation mainly for like driving and optimization, but like there was a lot more trees. It looked a lot more pretty. I don't know. Maybe that's just me too, but I know that's not just me because Phoenix, kind of thinks the same way as well. But I don't know. Like they gave us some and then they took away some, and it became a like for me it feels like it became a shell of its former self. So.
But it's killing it on console.
It's killing our console. So it's like, hey, Tiny Build, you did a great job investing into it. Bad Pixel, you did a great job developing it. You're putting out hot. It's like it's weird because it's like they're doing everything right. They're putting out hot fixes really fast. They're already on 1.3 now, and they released it on console. They had a hiccup. They fixed it in less than a day. So it's like they're doing it great. Why am I feeling this way of like this game just isn't hitting like it used to? I don't know if it's because I've been playing it for such a long time, but then I look at the Steam charts, I'm like, clearly I'm not the only one that feels this way when he lost half of the returning players that came back. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. They gave server admins more options, but maybe we need more. I don't know. Like we'll see. We'll see in the future how this game goes. If it continues down this path, there's gonna be plenty of other games that come down the line to take its place, in my opinion. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Quick shots,
guys. Since Buff ended that topic, or Blue, I can't get you guys. I just need
to learn your bees,
dude,
man. Come on,
fire me, dude. Get me out of here. Let the production team run this thing, dude.
Ended
since Blue ended that one, that topic on such a high note, let's get him in on another topic that near and dear to his heart, and that is the World War III game.
Shit, let's go, boys.
He loves this game. You can't talk about a new Battlefield without also talking about World War III potentially being the next Battlefield killer, dude. Let's go. The Battlefield killer is back with some more gaslighting. And I made a video bashing the game because I couldn't even play the quote unquote new update. And there's like people who are mad at me for like dissing the game. And I'm like, dude, if you've been following this thing for like 8 years wanting to play it, you would be mad too.
Every time they update, you can't play it. So
I literally couldn't play it.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is just a problem with you. You're so lazy. You didn't even try to play the update. I'm like, on screen, I literally tried to play the update and couldn't play it. And like, well, it's just a you problem. So I got the subreddit where everyone's talking about that they couldn't play it, and I put that in the YouTube comments. Like,
those are the same people that just don't monitor the X page for the past 8 years, where the servers are down for maintenance every 2.5 seconds.
I don't know.
Every day. What? That's the only tweet I would ever see is we're undergoing server maintenance. And they reached out to me directly multiple times.
What this is,
and I'm sure Blue, and they're like, yeah, try our new update. Here, we're gonna give you exclusive access, and then you can't play it. So,
but yeah, so their tweet literally says a new map and a new mode, and I see World War III tweet a new map. I'm like, oh my god, like.
No way they're still making content for this game.
Yeah, hell is frozen over. There's a new map. And then I look on it and it's not a new map at all.
It's literally the same map, just different. Like they broke a wall and a floor. And one of the most hardest points to take in the map was like that center building.
Yeah, they just shrunk it down and they made yet another mode for the like literal 200 people are playing it. They split the player base into another mode.
Even more. Yeah.
Called Stronghold, and then they said let's move on to the layout of the ruins of Gobi map. Mind you, in the tweet they said this was new. It says for veterans there'll be nothing new revealing here, but they're not the only ones to be concerned here.
Who's new coming to the damn game? For veterans, you literally all you have is veterans left. I get okay. There's one guy I'm still subscribed to on YouTube. All he does still is post World War to this day, World War III gameplay, no commentary, just him posting it. I used to like just subscribe to like everyone back in the day. He's the only one. And when he shows the scoreboard, and sometimes I'll check in just to see how he's doing. and when I see the scoreboard, it's the same people every single game. It's like how it used to be when World War III was dead back in 2018 or whatever the F it was. So, yeah, this
Crazy.
is holy crap, man. Like, and this is like, and I can't say good job Far for doing no, good job Wishlist Games, the third developer that came through, or third. I don't even know at this point. They're not. They were a what the f they were. I don't know what the hell they were before, but it still says on Steam. Oh, it says Wishlist Games now. Never mind. They changed that. Okay, interesting.
It's a meme.
Finally, it's a meme at this point. We're just saying this, guys, just so you know. Go buy World War III. I'm just kidding. Don't buy World War III.
Isn't it free to
It's
play?
just very. It's just. It literally is history repeating itself. It really is. A quick shot. All right.
Future Game Show was today. There are some interesting games in here. What happened?
What? No. I was saying, oh snap, future. No. Future Game Show. Let's go. Hurry up, man.
Yeah. Games Radar did a Future Game Show. You guys can check the Steam page if you go to steampowered.com/sales/future game show. You can see all the games that were released. There's a couple action FPS games. It looks like almost some Doom type games, like Painkiller. Lost Rift actually looks like a crazy survival co-op crafting game. There's just some interesting games in here. Not a ton. The biggest one, Shooter Space, is probably Kingmakers. That's the one we've talked about occasionally, where it's like a strategy game, but you go back in time. So you're like a special ops soldier with like vehicles, guns, like all the modern submachine guns, missile launchers, grenades, and you go back in medieval times and fight knights and stuff on horses, and you're just an absolute god because you have modern equipment.
I kind of want to see that. I wanted to play that. I'll be honest.
So they did a new trailer for that Pioneer that we talked about at the beginning of the show. But you can just scroll through here and see if you guys missed it, because I didn't realize this was today. So you guys can find that page and scroll through and check out. I know Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Some folks play that. I've heard of that one. You can go through and check some of these things. But I think that's probably a show. There was some Delta Force stuff and some ABI stuff we could have got to if the show was gonna.
I will say, did you see the new? This is more VR stuff, but did you see the launch of the big screen Beyond 2?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's the lightest big VR headset in the world now. It's just a little under 3 ounces, about 69 grams. Yeah.
69. Nice.
69. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This one's gonna be crazy to see in the future. I think they're already sold out of like wish lists already. So like, yeah.
Yep. I think that's a show, guys. We got to our hour and a half mark. So yeah, we still have like folks are talking about in chat. We still haven't heard from several of our big games that we're following, like War Dogs and TTK Studios. I see you guys talking about them in chat. Nothing from them. Been keeping an eye on the Twitter sphere on X, and nothing really from them so far. So we will keep an eye on for that. As far as I know, we will still have a program next Thursday. That's just kind of what we're planning on. Stay tuned to all our socials for that stuff. Again, one more time, you guys can share the stream and like it. It helps us a ton, as well as 5-star reviews on the audio platforms. Thank you to the audio listeners. I actually had someone in TikTok. I've been streaming on TikTok the last few weeks, and it's been like going really well. It's been really neat. I actually had somebody from TikTok that recognized me from the podcast that came through, like swiping through, which was really cool. That was pretty neat. So yeah, there's folks out there that listen to it, and we appreciate you all. And please also, if you guys can, check out Blue and Buff's information for their socials. Follow those guys, as well as check out their content. They are awesome. And wherever you're watching and or listening to the program, their information, their socials, their channels are all in the show notes. So please check those out. Follow those guys. Let them know that you also enjoy the show, because that keeps us going, man. It's cool. Sometimes, we get into a rut of like just getting a show out, but it's so cool and so motivating when people take a second and tell us that you guys do enjoy it. It's really cool. So We appreciate it. With that being said, you guys have a great week, and I hope to see you all next Thursday.